my name is Claris and I am going to teach you how to go with the flow and paint loosely in Supervision Mica Layered Watercolors. By the way, if you really enjoy this lesson and want to learn more about watercolor or just want to learn more with me, check out the description because I've listed my monthly watercolor membership on there. It's jam-packed, it's a lot of fun, and a lot of watercolor. I am so excited for this set of colors, Mica Layered Watercolors. I want to see what this is all about. Actually, correction, Rock Mica Layered Watercolors, which I'm assuming has a little bit of glitter in them. And I want to see exactly how different they are from maybe the KMS or the MAB watercolors I use. So stay tuned. I'm so happy to be unveiling this with y'all over here. Let's go.
All right, so we are going to unwrap this, and it's got 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 colors in here, and they look very similar to the Supervision granulating colors. And let's see what the mica shows up like on paper. So this is what it looks like on the inside, and I'm just going to take a little bit of each color and add it onto my palette here. If you guys are interested in knowing the products that I'm using over here, besides the colors, of course, that we're swatching, please feel free to check the description of this video. I have listed everything in there, including the maker of this palette right here. The names of the colors are actually, in fact, numbers. So they're numbered, they're not really named. And so I'll just go in order because I'm assuming this is how the colors were placed inside the box. And we're just going to go with that. So here we go. I'll use my favorite brush, the Princeton Velvetouch number 4. And we're first going to start off with doing a little bit of swatching. So we've got 10 colors. I'm just going to create a little section here where we can just swatch. And then we will get to trying out a little bit of painting. And I'll put this over here so we have a reference as I'm going along. So let's start. First thing, we've got Chameleon 324. And this is what that looks like. I'm gonna have to do, once I've laid down all the colors, I think I'm gonna do a side view so you can see the shimmer and shine happening in it. And I just want to see what the bleed looks like. Okay, so it's something like that. Okay, so going forward, let me wash up my brush first. So it's a nice pretty blue. And then I'm going to dampen this area first and foremost. Then go in with my second color, which is, again, Chameleon 325. It's kind of odd that both colors are called Chameleon. But at least the numbers are different, so maybe it's from the same series or something. Not quite sure how that's planned out. Okay, so 2, 3, only 10 colors, so this kind of makes things a little bit easier. Now this color looks to be another blue, like almost like a bluey purple, but like a turquoise blue with some nice purple. Okay, and it's got really nice shimmer. They all have shimmer, but for this color, it's really standing out quite prominently to me. Let's do the next one. Next one is 313. A lot of the color came out from the tube for this one, so we've got quite a bit here. And it's a nice, oh, I'm wrong. I thought it was a purple, but I'm actually seeing a lot of green show up. What if I really take a bunch of color and just drop it in here? Okay, so I have to say I'm kind of really liking the granulating effect with alongside the metallic mica. And love those bleeds. It's got some really nice blooms happening over here. Okay, so this next one is, so that was 1, 2, 3. So this was 314. Next one I'm doing is 315. And now this is legit like a purple. Purple, yeah, I think it's straight purple. It doesn't quite have much of, maybe a slight hint of pink. I'm not quite sure. Maybe I'm imagining that. Next one we're doing is 3. So this is 315, 316. I'm just counting to make sure I have the right. Okay, so this one is a beautiful blue with purple in it. So this is more of a darker blue and almost looks like it's got some grays. Again, we're gonna wait for this to dry up because y'all know watercolor dries up so differently. So we're gonna, and this is granulating as well. So let's just wait for it to dry up before we kind of make any calls on what's what. This is a green. Oops, but it looks very yellow. The granulating effect. So it's like a dark green with a yellow undercoat base, I guess. And I'm assuming now in hindsight, as I'm looking at the colors here, it doesn't quite look like the colors are put in the order that we have here. So I'm going to do a quick checkup of the colors from inside to what I have here and give you guys the correct information. And I'm also going to list that in the description below just so you all have that on hand. Okay, so this is like a powdery blue. And then we've got 2 more colors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this one's a nice dark purple. It looks like there's a lot of blue happening in these colors. Like this is also a very pretty color. Like the light blue is okay, but I think I can already see which ones I'm favoring and which ones I would like to use. And last but not least, we've got a what looks to be a light green, but let's see if it actually shows up as a light green. Nope, it's showing up as a blue. Okay, so I'm gonna let this dry, and in the meantime, I'm gonna start checking to see the colors from the inside, if they line up with what's behind over there, and then go from there. In order, we've got 313, 14, and then kind of goes back to 307, 308 at the bottom. Now for the close-up to show you what the shimmer looks like. Now some of it is still damp and so it's still drying up, but this will give you a basic idea of what the colors look like. Like I'm loving that purple with the blue. Look at that purple shine. Look at that nice greeny sea moss shine right there. This one's all right. It looks like a basic blue. This seems to be like an olivey green. Another nice sort of blue, more purple. This to me is quite interesting over here because it's got like a deep purple with a green base. Another thing I like. I'm getting tropical vibes off that one. This one looks like the metallic is really shining through as a silver, but like in a light purple almost, kind of a little bit like this one, but with a blue base. Oh, and then we've got a third green, I guess. And this is quite nice as well. And then last but not least, there's this blue, and it's got a very subtle hint of gold in the background, if you can see that. So those are the colors. Now let's take them for a whirl and see what they look like as flowers. So the first thing I'm going to do is use more of this, is it this one? More of the green. I'm going to use the green first and mix it with likely the blue at the bottom, and let's just play around. So I'm going to get some of that green and I'm going to paint some leaves. Let's just see what that looks like. And getting some nice color on here, and I'm mixing more water. I'm going to use my number 8 for this. Let's just get some nice loose strokes. This will be my 15 minutes for today. Oh, this is like beautiful. Look at the intensity of this color, guys. Now I'm gonna add more water in here just so I'm getting and I'm adding little darker bits here and there, because as I'm adding these darker bits, like this looks like like it's got like an undertone of brown, but as I'm adding these additional strokes in here, it's like a really dark green. Like, look at that. It's a very strong color. Now, just like with most watercolor, a little goes a long way, and I have a lot of color on my brush here, so keep that in mind. Okay, so that's what the green looks like for that. What about if we add a little bit of the second color I was talking about, which is 308. I'm gonna just try and do, I don't know, maybe like little flowers. What if I deliberately touch some areas at the top there? Ooh, I kind of like how that yellow is seeping into the blue and it's almost giving it like a yellow center. This is how you kind of just experiment, by just going for things, painting very loose strokes, just kind of seeing what you get. Okay, so I'm swapping for my number 4 just so I can get a little bit more control with my playing around here. So next I'm going to be using 307, and let me just drop that in to the centers here. And again, I'm kind of just going with the flow. I'm kind of listening to my creative intuition and doing what I think would work, or what I think I'm interested in seeing. I don't really have an agenda per se. I'm just playing around and having fun. This is how you can really get to know a lot about your colors, practice your strokes, all these beautiful things, if you just allow yourself to go with the flow. And that is what the watercolor membership is all about, where we kind of just explore, have fun while we take time to paint. Okay, so these are like very rough, loose flowers. We're going to allow this to dry. Let's move on and paint a couple more other things here. I'm going to take this beautiful color that I have been eyeing for a while. And what I'm going to do for this one is I am going to, let's see if I can kind of get a little bit of that blue at the top. So 315 and 316 is what I'm using here. And I'm getting a very light muted version of 315. And let's just paint. This is beautiful, guys. Oh. I was going to add some of this color to it, but this looks so beautiful. I don't think it needs any of that purple. So what I'm going to do instead is add another flower like this to the side in the purple. Oh, this is so beautiful. There's like hints of pink. Stunning. Actually, what I'll do is I got tons of purple here, so I am going to add a little bit of that here. Oh, look at that. Oh, this is stunning. Maybe even add a couple of strokes within just to kind of show some movement within our petals. Beautiful. We're gonna like wait for that to dry before we do much else. But now I'm gonna take more of the purple or the purple green, and I'm gonna create another flower similar to this. Let's create this at the top. So we've got one light, one dark, getting more water here. Really kind of allowing things to flow by using all that water and this beautiful color. Oh, look at that. Look at that bleed happening right there. That is beautiful. Okay, getting excited now. So the next color I think I want to use is, let's use a little bit of 325. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That doesn't seem right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh yeah, that's right. Oh, I've used this already. Okay, so let's not use this because I've used it already. I'm going to use 307 instead, and that's more of the purple. And using it on my number 4, I'm just going to extend. And I'm pulling out from there. Oh, this purple is super pretty. Now the colors are like blending in so beautifully with what I've already laid down for the flowers that it's like almost like a seamless look with a very subtle blend and bleed. So again, this is almost like a very abstract-ish feel to the flowers. I love that. I don't mind that the leaves are not a stark contrast to my flowers. I love that it's kind of almost blending in quite nicely. But let's see if we can do a little bit of another color in here. Let's go with 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We've used 4. Let's do 5. A little bit of this purple. And I'm just going to do something like that. And then maybe a tad bit of that 325 to kind of attach. And again, I'm deliberately touching the edges here because I really want to see what this bleed or blending in looks like. And it's a very pretty blend so far. I'm going to add more of that color in here, add that build on the depth factor happening there. And then why not a little bit here too. Little tendril type elements like this really kind of make such a great addition to your paintings. It just adds something delicate and pretty. So things are drying up, and it's drying up really, really beautifully. I'm going to show you a close-up once it's completely dried off. And in the meantime, I want to try a little bit of painting leaves here. So this will be like a third exercise that we're doing. We've used pretty much all the colors. I want to use 326, which is that nice powder blue situation with a little bit of pink almost. And I'm realizing if there's one tip I can mention for these colors is use a lot of water. This is where you get those beautiful bleeds, and allow the colors to kind of blend in. That's how you can truly get the nice effect of the shine and also that watercolor blending romantic feel to your florals or your botanicals. So this is just a simple sprig. Now, if I add a little bit of, say, a 324 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one right here. So yeah, we've not used much of this. If I just drop that in here, oh, that's pretty. So this is like, we're using the same watercolor techniques. Like this would be wet on wet. Now that I didn't have enough water on my brush to kind of really extend that, but here you go. Just play around with these colors. This is literally the best way to kind of really familiarize yourself with things. And even if you don't have these colors and you're inspired to paint by this video, bust out those paints and let's get going, guys. Remember, with watercolor, it's all about the flow. It's all about that beautiful bloom. This is what makes it so satisfying to do and to watch. Now, I'm very curious to know what a splatter would look like as well. So I'm going to do a little bit of a splatter. And then what I want to try is taking a little bit of, say, the first, we did use the first color. And kind of just like smoosh it around with the splatter to see what kind of results we get. Again, trying to water down as much of it as possible. We're just playing around. We're not looking for perfection. This is where painting loose can be helpful, because As long as it's a semblance of a flower or leaves, we're good. And maybe just do another splatter just to sort of add what we took away. Okay, so everything is dried up now, and I wanted to show you guys the shine. Look how stunning this is. I am loving, especially this kind of dark with the light happening on the side here. And then you've got like mid-tones happening all around. So yeah, these are the Supervision Mica infused watercolors. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. And as I mentioned previously, if you're looking for any of the supplies I've used in this video, I have listed it in the description below. So enjoy that, enjoy watching this, enjoy painting along. I would love to see your work. Don't forget to tag me online, guys, okay? And thanks for watching. We'll chat soon. Bye.